Okay, hi Emma. I'm just going to show you how to run the toolbox. So if you set the if you go on the Home tab, Environment tab, and Set Path, and on here you want to choose the folders that are sent you, so MATLAB knows where to look for the various functions. So firstly, set QTV toolbox as a path. You want to select folder on that one, and also come back again and select the required additional functions and select that also. So for example like that, and that adds it into this MATLAB search path. And once both of those are in there, for example toolbox and additional ones, you want to save that, and then you can close it. So in the command window, type guide, and you want to browse for the tool. So for example, I've saved a version on desktop, and you want to select Tortuosity GUI and open that one up. So there we've got the Tortuosity GUI, and open it up. So this is the editing figure, and you want to just press run. Don't mess around. Well, you can mess around if you want, but you might do some funny things. So there we go, and just add that to the path and it will run it. So from here, open the files, and I'm going to select one of these ones. So start on the first slice of the file, drag down to beyond the end, but we also want this point 1, which is the top-down projection slice. So we want that full projection of all of the brain from above. So if you hold down Shift on your keyboard and press Select on the mouse, that'll highlight all of them, and then you can open it. So that will load all of the slices into this figure here, eventually. Okay, so it will give you the location of the patient number and the location that you put in, and then you can just move through the slices. It sometimes takes a little while to load, but not too long. And then if you go down to slice 1, so this is ordered now, it's been rearranged from the previous order that was in the folder and put exactly in order as it should be in the slices. So then use the zoom tool to choose a region of interest. So we can look at the basilar artery here, and then press select region of interest tool, and this will bring up a crosshatch thing on the figure. And then just by clicking points, you select the vertices of the region of interest. So just move around the vessel that you want to look at. And then when you're at the end point, double click. And then just wait about 5 seconds or so. Less than that. So then if you go onto this tool here, rotate 3D, and select that, you can now move this vessel around and have a little look at it, see what it looks like. And also if you go to XZ view, you can see it from side on. So this part of the tool is just to take out some of the unnecessary portions of the image. So this one's got quite a lot of noise, which is unfortunate. We could, because you can see that the vessel is surrounded by quite a lot of noise there, we might have to go back and reset this threshold to slightly higher. But let's see how it does. So this point probably takes the longest. You just have to wait for. Oh, that's very quick. So there we have this extracted centerline of the basilar artery, and these are the cleaning up tools to make this a bit better. So the first and best tool is this branch length minimum setting. So you just you drag it up, and often that is the only tool you have to use, but obviously in this one there's quite a lot of noise, so we're going to have to use some other tools. The next on the list is this setting minimum distance. As you can see, you can have a little play and see what's best, but it's not the best tool, this one really. It's only if there's lots of other noise, lots of external noise, whereas this one's got quite a lot of noise right next to it. So then finally, this is sort of worst case scenario if you can't clean it up. You want to set these to the same image, so XZ view and XZ view, or YZ view and YZ view. So then you can compare the two. So we're going to go back to XZ view, and then we're going to select the brush, and then just remove all these points by hand that are the center lines of either vessels we don't want or noise. So this can take a little while. This is the most tedious part. And then I would say that from the few scans that I've done, the bezel is the hardest because it's the smallest. So you want to rotate it from each different angle, just to ensure that there aren't any dodgy branch points. So as I said, it would probably be better to just close the program on this one, run it up again and set a different threshold, because we've had to do quite a lot of cleaning on it, and you know, could potentially be wiping out some of the center line that isn't good. Okay, so there we have the cleaned up center line, and then we just, when you're happy with it, most of the time with the carotids, for example, you'll just be using the branch length minimum tool, and it won't take too much effort. But it's kind of a matter of going through a few scans and then getting used to the tools and seeing how they work. So then, once you're happy with the center line, press cleaning complete, and this will take all the points and take an average between them to get the sort of average center line. And then, so the green is the average center line, and the red is the average center line, and the green is an interpolated average spacing to use for the sum of angles metric. It requires that. And these are the outputs here. So we've got the length and the various tortuosity metrics. These errors are the errors associated with finding this average. So it's basically the average error from the blue versus the green and the red points. And yeah, I'm running out of power. So that is essentially how to use the tool. If you need any other tips, just let me know.